Earlier we talked to Tyler. He was, a Dodgers fan, but he was not pleased about all the stuff that's going on with the A's. They think relocation. A lot of fans think relocation's going bad. I think it's about time we got another A's fan on. So we brought back Oakland baseball news. We had him on in April. How you doing, my man?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I mean, with the team, I can't imagine you're doing so great with that. But outside of it, you're doing good. Or
Yeah, I'm doing good outside of it.
that's good.
Disappointing how this is all. I'm disappointed how this is all transpired. But yeah, I'm doing good outside of everything.
Hanging in there. I like to hear that. So let's get down to business. So last week, the governor of Nevada approved the A's essentially to build their stadium on the Las Vegas Strip as soon as 2028. Pretty much the only thing that needs to be approved now are the owners. The owners have to approve it, and then essentially the A's would be on their way to Las Vegas. Just my first question, I guess, is what is the approach now? Are you pretty much as an A's fan accepting that this is a done deal, or is there any fight back that could still happen?
Um, I think A fans are were. I kind of at this point, if I'm kind of accepting it as it is. I think it's probably a done deal. I don't. There's owners that don't like the A's and what Fisher's been doing. There's owners that don't like what Fisher's been doing, but I don't think there's enough owners to to vote no on this bill. I think 79% owners have to vote, and I think it's like 8 or 9 owners that have to vote no.
Has there been any talk about owners who would potentially vote no, or not many?
The Yankees owner talked about talked about um not spending enough money, but he never said if he would vote no or not. And I know I haven't heard anything else about it.
Yeah, yeah. So last time I had you on, we talked a little bit about the fight back. Like, what should A's fans do? Is there anything they can do? And this is what you had to say about the fans. Should they go to the games or should they not? You said not. Let's just take a look, just for everyone who didn't see. This is what you said back in April.
Um, just stay at home.
Stay at
Don't go
home.
to games
Don't
because
go.
because because
So do you stand by those words?
yeah, I still stand by the words
Why? Has anything
because
changed your thinking even after, and we'll get to this in a little bit. We'll get to the reverse boycott game. Has that changed your thinking, or is it just the same thinking?
same thing. Um, it's about the fans not going to games.
Yes, you said back in April we just played that they should avoid games at all costs. Do you still agree with that mostly?
Yeah, I still agree with that. Um, because here's the thing: fans are the MLB, the MLB, Fisher. They're ripping your team away, and they're they're ripping the team away from the city, from the citizens of Oakland, and the people that root for the team that live in California. They're ripping the team away. So why would you still want to give money to an owner who does not spend and who will not do well in Vegas and who will not do well in Vegas? Why do you still want to give him money? I I don't think you should because it doesn't. I don't think you should give him money. Make him go. If he's hurting for money, make him go to Vegas hurting for money. That's what I think.
Okay, but is he actually? I mean, all these owners are billionaires. I listen. If you want to send the message that you don't want to go, I completely understand that. But I mean, what do you mean sending him money? Because isn't he a billionaire regardless?
What I mean, give him money is by buying tickets,
Yeah.
buying tickets to the game. That's what I mean, giving him money. Because I think the money goes back to him if you purchase tickets and gear and all that.
Yes. That's true, and that's true, and
Hmm.
that kind of leads into the last question I wanted to ask before you tell your story, about the fan who was participating in the reverse the reverse boycott game. The last question I want to ask you. So you're saying you give money, you should avoid that. My question is, all this reverse boycott, all the strategies by the A's fans. I know they only have so little power, but is this too late? Like, they were talking about relocation starting back in May 2021. The MLB gave the A's approval to look around. Was this too late when the A's still had a team? Should the fans have acted earlier?
Um, due to this, no, because because at the time that the MLB gave the A's permission to look around for a new site, um, the deal was getting close to being done in Oakland, anyways. The deal was getting kind of being close to getting done in Oakland, and Rob Manfred, he just wants a new stadium done. So he was giving them permission to look around in case they couldn't get a done deal in Oakland. And now come to 2023, you come to find out that they decided to go ahead and announce they're moving to Vegas. And I believe, and it's just, I don't know.
So you
No,
think it
they
was
should have never acted earlier. I think.
okay? So you think there was no acting earlier. So again, I just want to circle back on one question. Actually, I asked you at the beginning, have you pretty much accepted, just in a short answer, have you pretty much accepted that the A's are going to leave? Yes or no? Is there still a fight back opportunity? In short.
Yes, I have accepted the fact that they're going to most likely leave Oakland. I have
Okay.
accepted that fact.
That I
I
was
also have
curious.
one more thing,
Yes, go ahead.
and this is about the governor of Nevada,
Joe Lombardo. I'm pretty sure
Joe
that's his name.
Lombardo.
Yeah.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
forgot his name. Um, so the day I think it was the Thursday or Friday when he signed the bill that morning. By last Friday night, it came out he vetoed two bills, but he's giving a billionaire over $380 million in public funding. He's giving the owner so much money, but yet he vetoed two bills. One of them was for a tenant, but another one was giving kids free lunches for school.
Right.
Giving kids free lunches for school, and so there are kids out there who live in Nevada whose parents they can't pay school lunches because they're so dang expensive. Parents who are hurting for money and they can't pay and they rely on free school lunches. I believe that they they should have let kids get free school lunches, but it has to be under kind of but it has to be but there has to be rules though in place. You shouldn't be vetoing a bill for that and giving a billionaire $380 million when he's gonna do nothing with the team once they get to
Okay,
Vegas.
but I just want to, just to our viewers, I just want to, so that's a very important point you raised. I just want to give a little context though. We don't want to equate, especially here at PWTB, we want to see both sides. We don't want to equate one thing to another. So should kids have affordable lunches? Of course. Does that have much to do with the funding that's going on? I don't personally think so. I think, the profit, that's like when someone says, why don't doctors make more than athletes? Well, we need our doctors. We respect our doctors. But athletes are the ones who have millions and millions of people watching them. So should kids get school lunches? Of course, but we got to be careful when we equate those. All right. So if you placed your bet 3 years ago that the A's were going to move on, they were going to move to Las Vegas, I think you can cash in now. So it seems all but certain now that Nevada's governor specifically has agreed to the A's stadium deal. Now the A's stadium will be on the Strip in Las Vegas. It won't be ready until 2028, but it seems all but a formality at this point that the A's are going to go to Las Vegas either probably sometime next year, not quite this year, but at this point, who knows? And we got Tyler coming on. Tyler knows a lot about baseball. He's a Dodgers fan. We've had him before. Tyler, welcome back on.
What's up?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna ask initial thoughts because Tyler told me he was pretty heated about this, and I'm not exactly sure what quite. What are you heated about, Tyler? Just the relocation as a whole?
Yeah, why to Las Vegas? Like, I understand they're trying to develop as a sports town. Like, they already have Vegas win the Stanley Cup within 6 years, but I just don't see like a baseball team formed. And they have a minor league team that's as good as they need for me.
Yeah. So my biggest thing that's my biggest thing too is I'm not I think there's other Vegas has two teams now. They have the Raiders and they have the Golden Knights who just won it all, like Tyler said.
Yeah.
And why do they need a third? That is a valid question. Like there's plenty of other deserve, I think in the South, you got Nashville, you got Louisville, who has no pro sports, and you got some other Charlotte, you got some other deserving ones. I wonder why Las Vegas too. Do you think what do you think about the relocation as a whole though? The fact they're relocating you at all, does that bother you or do they need to get out of Oakland?
I don't think they need to get out of Oakland. They have too much rich history there. All they really need to do is just build a new stadium. I don't see the problem in California because it is such a rich state that they can definitely fund building the stadium. And it's the same with the Coyotes in the NHL. They're trying to move stadiums. All they have to do is just build a stadium, and they're trying to get it out there.
Okay. Here's what I want to ask, and I'll throw it over to Jake for a question after this. Here's what I want to ask, though, to challenge that a little bit, because the Raiders did the same thing. The Raiders worked hard to stay in Oakland, and Oakland, they kind of budged, but they wouldn't budge. Do you think it's fair to say the A's saw what happened to the Raiders and were like, well, Oakland's not going to work with us anyways? Or do you think something else was at play here?
I definitely can see that the Oakland wouldn't want to work with them because number one, their attendance has been so poor the past couple of years since they have not made the postseason since 2018. So obviously that is a factor, but their owner's not making this any better either. So it's pretty much a done deal, but it just sucks that it's going to happen for me.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, I lied, Jake. I have one more question now that Tyler made me pop up with. So, that's the biggest thing. Like I'm okay with Las Vegas. It's not my favorite place, but you know what? If they want to go to Vegas, fine, whatever. That's my biggest thing. I'm tired of seeing hometown fans get screwed. And I think it has to do because instead of MLB making regulations like you can only relocate this certain amount, you got to negotiate. MLB is the one doing the behind the door stuff with the A's. Yeah. They're the ones not releasing stuff. Should there be some regulations towards that? Should the MLB be the enforcer instead of aiding these teams to just leave behind their fans and screw them all? I guess, would there be any idea you'd have them to do? Or
obviously MLB is going to play a big factor in it because they own the A's pretty much because it's part of them. But I don't think there's much more they could do, like releasing information about it, except for the city of Las Vegas and the city of Oakland. And both states trying to get the deals done. MLB is just playing like, okay, let us know what you do, and then maybe we'll decide on it. That's what they're playing in this. I see.
Yeah, fair point. Because it does kind of dive into politics a little bit then too when all that goes on. Yeah, Jake, you got anything?
Yeah, obviously the Oakland A's, 36 games under 500, 26 and a half back in the AL West. And 9-29 at home, loses at 5 straight. Obviously, them not putting a good product on the field, translate to the not good attendance. But my question is kind of the same. Why Las Vegas of all cities? Why not, somewhere in the South for the Oakland A's?
Again, I just feel like these major teams are going to Las Vegas because it is such a rich funded city. They have a lot of gambling there and people are not afraid to spend their money on teams because you see the Golden Knights filled out almost every game they've played the stadium and they won the Stanley Cup. So their funds are going to go through the roof. So the A's are like, you know what, let's try and do the same thing, but we're going to have to wait a little bit because we're obviously in the middle of a rebuild.
But Jake, before we go, I got to say, I love you, my friend. That's exactly what the MLB wants you to say. Oh, well, the A's suck now, so they got to move. They got to go, right? Yeah. What's keeping from another team from doing that? I hate to say it, what's keeping from the Marlins for doing that? Oh, well, the Marlins traded all their good guys away. Now they're 30 under. They got to go. They got to sell, right?
Hey, I said it earlier in the podcast. I think the Marlins should move to Orlando anyway.
That's interesting. But anyways, yeah, we did a segment on Orlando having a new stadium. But no, that's I feel like that's exactly the trap MLB wants you to say. It shouldn't be on that. It should be more about, I think, what Tyler was talking about with the fans. The fans are the judgment. Do they have the fans or not? It shouldn't matter. Like the team, a good GM could come in and fix that, you know. So I feel like that's exactly what
Yeah.
the MLB would want you to say.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, Tyler, thank you for coming on. We'll see what happens. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
See you.